Welcome back to Thomas Gear Rods again. Yay! Good morning. Today, Papal, it's another Echo PB-265L. Cute little blower. Fella brought it to me and said, man, this is my only day off to do yard work, and when I went to try to crank it, oh. My goodness. I can't tell if that's something wrong with the, something wrong with the money. Anywho, can't tell if there's something wrong with the starter or something is in that fan. Well, let's pull this cover off and find out. Let's find out. Pull this cover off and find out. Let's see, let me lower that camera a little bitty bit. All right, now you can see better. All right, pull the cover off. Pull the cover off. And that is a hex, not a Torx. Yep, that's a hex. Let me grab a hex. I don't know why I was thinking it was a Torx. The starter itself is fine. Poles feel fine. Let's pull this cover all the way off here. I want to make sure nothing is goofy. I want to make sure ain't no screws or something backed out of the way from that coil or something. Something just is physically just not right, and it ought to be obvious when we get in there to look. I got to pull that spark plug out. Do I have all the screws out? Probably not. Yeah, there's one more screw way back there. Right there. Well, is there another screw I don't see? Yep, way back there. Any more screws hiding around in there? Oh, one right there. Boy, they got more screws holding this cover on. Good grief. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws holding this cover on. And there's another one. Good grief. Well, they scared somebody's going to lose the cover. 7 screws holding that on. Hey, look there. Okay, let's take a little peek around here. Right there. Nothing's loose. You know, this thing may just be flooded. right there. I can feel it right there. I was trying to avoid this, but I'm going to pull this motor off and look at that fan on this side. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. We got one screw there in the back. We got one screw right there. This ain't right. This thing here is jacked up. This thing here has moved. That is not right. Well, how are we supposed to get to that now? Can't even get a screw in there. Can't even get nothing into that. Let me grab my screwdriver and try to pry it back over. Because you're supposed to be able to get to this thing through that hole right there. I believe this thing's been dropped. There we go. That's what it feels like it's been dropped. Let's see, I want to, before I do that, take this throttle cable off there, disconnect it. There. That way we can take the motor completely off. Let's see. Okay. Now we can get to these two. Screaming kids just got off the school bus. Grab my magnet and get that screw out of there. There we go. Just so we can spin this thing around. Well, get the fuel lines off. Can't forget to do that. Well, we'll just kind of lay it back like this. We'll just lay it back like that right there. Spin it around. Grab my flashlight because that looks like Torx. Nope, it's not a Torx. It acts like something's maybe gotten sucked up inside this fan, or maybe one of the motor mount bolts has come loose and got into the back of the fan. It's right there. Now it feels like it's coming from inside the cylinder. I can feel it right there. Well, let's pull this muffler off and take a peek inside the cylinder. Do we have an extra support screw holding that muffler on? Probably not. Boy, it looks like it's flooded. Yeah, look at all that. Just poured right out of the muffler. That's got to be what it is. That cylinder is just flooded. Yeah, look at that. That's what it is. It's right there. Well, let's get the camera and look in there. Piston looks good. Rings look good. I bet you that carburetor probably doesn't give up its ghost and flooded the engine. Sure is a clean looking spot right there. Hard to tell what that is. Yeah, you can just see the juices down there. I believe that's what it was. It just got flooded. You can see the ports. Now that the ports are open, let's turn it upside down and see if it just feels like it's under the piston at that one particular spot. Yeah, look at there. Right there. I think one of those motor mount bolts backed out onto this fan. We're going to pull this thing all apart now. All these screws. Good grief. Whew. Felt like it was coming from the starter, then it felt like it was coming from inside the cylinder, then it felt like it was coming from this fan area. Just hard to pinpoint where it's coming from. Fan's not loose. I can see some what appears to be scratches. Oh, look at there. No, that's not what it is. It looked to me like something was sticking up from behind the fan. Let's pull this fan off. Pull the fan off. Yay! Nope, that looks good. All the motor mount bolts are good. Well, let's pull this cover here off. Is it a 3mm? By golly, we got it figured out. Good. It appears it is the coil hitting the magnets. Right there. Yep, that's what it is. That's what it is. Fourth one up. Well, they're tight. But why would all of a sudden it start hitting? The bearings feel pretty good. Get this out of the way. But anyway, we'll re-gap the coil. Re-gap the coil. Re-gap. Business card. Okay. I'll tell you, it's like they start with this coil and just build a whole blower around it. There we go. That's a whole lot much more gooder. I wonder why this thing is so flooded. All that just to re-gap the coil. Look at that. It looks like it fell out of an airplane. Woo! Mercy, mercy. Now we got to put it all back together. Man. Make sure it goes back into the little tabs, and does. They are Get on this side of you there. Keep giving you the big old hairy elbow. Grab my Phillips head screwdriver. Raise the camera up a little bit so you can see you better. I need to hire me a cameraman. That's what I need. Hire me a cameraman that loves steaks, happens to be female, and loves long walks on the beach. Now we're talking. Easy with this boy. Okay. Assembly is reverse order. Okay. Make sure that goes back in there like that. That goes back in there like that. Well, I can't hang on to that today. Get this out of the way. Okay, that's back on. Whew, now we'll put this back on. No particular direction, just line them up. Poor fella, I felt so sorry for him. This is my only day off. I can do that. Took it out of the shed, now it won't crank. Okay, now we're going to put the engine bolts back on it. Make sure that wire goes back up in there like that. Okay, now we get to put the LEDs back in there. Grab my extension. Go ahead and get this top one hung. Let me just stop and look around a little bit, make sure I am doing this in the right order before I start slamming things together. wheel. Beedle-dee-dee-beedle-dee. Beedle-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Washer over there. The washer goes on this side. What did I just do with that little screw I had in my hand just then? I gotta go back and watch the replay. Find out where the screw went. Well, we'll just use this one for now. Oh, there it is. It fell down yonder. All right, these little washers go right in there. Washer goes right in there. If it'll let me. Thank you very much. All right. Now, throttle put back on there. Feed it through the tube. Try to feed it up through that tube. There you go. All right. This is the fun part I'm always looking forward to, is getting this little throttle cable stuck back in that little hole right there. Put it back in your slot. There you go. Boy, this thing is flooded like crazy for some reason. I have no idea why. But we'll figure that out. We'll figure it out somehow or another. That muffler is just full. Ain't no more coming out. all those screws. Let's see, make sure we ain't got no parts laying around we might need before we put the cover back on. She's all the way down. Ain't nothing caught. Nothing's in the way. Everything seems to be working good. All right. We'll put all 138 of these screws back in that little cover. One goes way down yonder. I believe, I'm just convinced this thing might have been dropped. That's just what I gather. That's what's got me thinking that's what happened with this thing. Loosen these up because that corner right there ain't all the way down. Let me back these up just a little bit. Back these up just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, perfect. That's what I'm thinking. A customer will never be completely honest with you. Okay, we got one more and it's going to go right there. Well, this thing wouldn't be half as heavy if they didn't put all these screws in it. Phew. Look at all that. Good grief. Blow this spark plug off. It looks a little wet. Looks a little wet. Well, it sounded better when I pulled it over. That's stop, that's idle, give it a purge, give it a choke, unchoke, Choke. Unchoke. A little bit more gas. I bet that spark plug's fouled. But it is. This getting fuel. Grab a new sparky plug. The crush sheet is crushed. Unchoke, purge. Dry choke. Throttle up, unchoke. Let me pull this air filter off and look at that air filter, see if it's soaked in fuel. It is completely soaked in fuel. Ew, that's probably why it's not cranking. Come on, brother. You can do it. Well, to make sure we're getting spark. Make sure we're getting spurt. I can't really tell with the. Can't tell if it's getting fuel with that new spot, that new plug. Whew. Whew. I done got my blood pumping now. Yep, we're getting good spark. We're getting good sparkage. I ain't testing the spark plug because this thing is covered in gas. I don't cause a fire. Don't run. Let me clear some of this stuff off the table. I got things bouncing everywhere. Uh-oh. Something just happened. Did you hear that weird noise? Well, that thing made a strange noise, didn't it? what is going on here? We should just hit off that hard cleaner. You know, that makes me wonder if this thing's got a sheared flywheel key. It would be hitting even a little, well, no, it wouldn't either. Well, it depends on how bad it's sheared. I think it's got a bad flywheel key. I do, let's check it. Yeah, let's check it. Yeah. Because something was weird going on with that flywheel. Something was strange in the neighborhood. Something was strange. There goes the dirt bike, boy. He must have just got out of school. Yup. He must have just got out of school. I'll lay this thing in the way, I ain't gonna take nothing else apart. Okay. Oh, let's see, what did I do with my adapters right here? Yep. Come back here, I can't reach you. I'm gonna have to take that front cover off. Yes, I can't believe I forgot to do that. Forgot to do that. spark plug back out. Well, we know it was getting fuel in the fire, and he said to use it, and the last time he went to use it, it was doing that. Do I got to pull that starter off there? I believe I might have to. Well, let's see. Let me take this one out. Now I can take them all up. Let's see what you have there. Let's see, I'm trying to remember, no, that's not reverse thread. The clutch side is, but I just want to see. Let me grab an actual 13 millimeter. This half inch is kind of tight. Let's see. From what I can tell, grab my flashlight here. Yeah, I still can't really tell until I pull it all the way off. Find a good place to pry on this thing. There we go. It sure is shined up. I believe that is a spun flywheel key. I do believe. Grab my magnifying glass, I can't even see that. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Yeah, that thing is, I don't know why I'm showing you the magnifying glass, but yeah, that sheared right off. Matter of fact, there's pieces of it right there above that second P in Opama. Right there. Looks like a piece of it right there was laying there. I don't see no other pieces of it anywhere. And that's probably why it was rubbing. Well, it would make it rub the coil, but it's just kind of hard to see. I feel a groove right there. Yeah, it did. It wallered out that. It wallered it out a little bit. Well, you see where it was broke. It's missing. So you can put that on there like that. And it won't even go into. Reach down here and grab hold of this other side. And see, even that much. Yep. They just don't make a whole lot of sense. It did. It watered it out pretty good. Well, all right, boys and girls. That customer told me, used to move if you find anything really wrong with it. I don't want to put any money in it. This old ain't no good anyway. I'll go buy a new one. Well, there you go. How much is a flywheel? Whew. Sure, flywheel key. Rubbing the coil. Well, I got to put that together one more time. I put the flywheel back on there where I think it should have been, and maybe it just come a little bit loose. That's what I'm thinking. I'm sticking to it. That's my story. I don't know. In my opinion, it's probably just going to come loose again and finish shearing that key. That's what I believe. Don't know how long it'll last. I'm going to tell the fella, hey, just be easy with it. Just be easy with it. I can't guarantee how long this thing will last. But anywho, thanks for watching another Time Living video, boys and girls. Love y'all to death, man. Y'all take care of each other. I'll take care of myself. And I'll take care of you. I love you and I need you. Y'all be good, man. I love y'all. And, man, we will catch y'all on the next one. Be good.